Good morning, dear friends. We are welcoming a new day together, and each day is a victory because each day we're more evolved than we were yesterday. Yeah. The present is not only a gift, but is a statement that you and I are certainly more evolved than we have ever been. For that, we rejoice. But when sometimes we look back and we feel bad about things that happened to the disciples at Jesus' time, like Peter. Once he's talking to Jesus and saying, yes, you are the Son of God. And the next day, and the next time he's saying, but how are these things going to happen to you, Master? And the Master said, take back your words. Now, evil spirits are speaking through you. After Jesus passed away, Peter himself remained with these feelings. Like, how come he loved the master and yet he was not at his best, let's say this way. So at some point on the day after, as the small community, and I'm reading from the book Good News by Humberto de Campos through Chico Xavier. The small community was on its way, energetically motivated by the revelations of the previous day. And Simon proceeded, humble and crestfallen. He could not understand why Jesus was so severe with him. He could not understand it. He reconsidered his thoughtless words and recognized that the Master forgave him because he realized Jesus' smile had been sincere and his gaze had been compassionate, thus creating a new joy in Simon. But Simon was not able to hold back his emotions. That's when he approached Jesus again and asked, Master, why did you ask me to take back my words in which I demonstrated my zeal and my faithfulness to you as an apostle? A few minutes earlier, hadn't you affirmed that I brought God's inspirations to our companions? Why did you quickly label me a spokesperson of the enemy of the light? Now, the answer, friends, is our remedy today, our guidance for today. Jesus is teaching Simon Peter, you and I, something quite unique. He's saying to us, you have not yet learned, remember, Humberto de Campos is saying he said it with kindness. You have not yet learned the whole extent of the need for caution. Individuals on earth must take advantage of all opportunities for personal enlightenment in their march towards God. Be vigilant of your spirit along the way. A single thought of love is enough to elevate your spirit towards heaven. But in the worldly journey, one vain word or a less than worthy comment is also enough to lead human souls to stagnation and the despair of darkness due to their own short-sightedness. Peter, in this regard, the apostle of the gospel, will always have immense work to fulfill because to obtain the kingdom of heaven, one must resist the temptations of our most loved ones on earth. Those who, even though they live in our hearts, cannot yet understand the sacred achievements of heaven. You and I today are talking about resisting temptations. And it's in the little things that we do. He says it's a thought and a word, a comment. If we go to the book Mechanisms of Mediumship, we're going to see André Luiz clarifying this. talking about our connections, forming currents, entering currents. There are two types of currents: currents of constructive nature, thoughts, and destructive thoughts. With a word, a book, an image, a feeling, a word, an action, we're connected to either one of these. So today, we're being asked to be cautious. To, he says, the apostle of the gospel will always have immense work to fulfill because one must resist the temptations of our most loved ones on earth in our hearts. Let us remain with these recommendations and practice it, knowing that we're learning beings, we're apprentices, we are students of life, students of Master Jesus. Let us then feel the embrace of the angels and pray together. Shall we, friends? Thank you so much, loving and caring Master, for being such a coach of love. We thank you for your teachings today. May we stay strong, cautious, being moderate in our decisions, knowing that patience, tolerance, kindness always pays off. We feel your healing embrace and we receive it with gratitude, visualizing the light of your sacred heart enveloping us, mind and bodies. Visualizing our family, our homes, our neighbors, our cities, states, countries, the whole planet Earth enveloped in your loving embrace. Receiving renewal and healing. We breathe in, feeling the molecules of healing, and we breathe out everything we no longer need. Thank you for this precious moment. And so be it. Thank you, friends, for joining us here at Kardec Radio once again in another morning prayer. Why not? Let us then march together towards this practice of the heart, of the mind, and be assured that God loves us so much. All we need to do is to love in our turn. Thank you, friends, and stay tuned because here at Kardec Radio, there's always more to nourish our souls.